Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to learn the two most important verbs in English, finite and non-finite. Most of the students have a common doubt of how to identify these two verbs in sentences. At first, I will give you complete information about what is a finite and non-finite verb. Then, how to identify these easily in a sentence. And lastly, their types. Don't forget to download the PDF from description after the end of this lesson. I have given some question and answers related to this lesson. Try to do all without seeing the answers and check how many of them you have answered correctly. So let's begin with the finite verb. It is a verb that has a subject and indicate grammatical tense, person or number. Note down, a finite verb is always one word from which you can determine the tense. Let me clarify you by giving some examples. Soham likes to play cricket. Here, Soham is a subject and likes is a verb and it agrees with the subject. Because when we change the subject to I, we need to change the verb to like. Likes become like. I like to play cricket. As the verb like shows tense and it is changed to match with the subject. Hence, it is called a finite verb. Here like is the main verb of the sentence. Remember, a main verb is always known as a finite verb. But in this sentence, like is not only the verb. Play is also the verb. And it plays a different role here. It does not show any tense here and it is not changed at all even if we change the subject. Soham likes to play cricket. I like to play cricket. In both the sentences, it is same and hence it is called a non-finite verb here. Let me explain briefly about a non-finite verb. Remember, a non-finite verb does not change with the subject in a sentence. Non-finite verbs are not in a specific tense and do not indicate the person or number of the subject. It cannot be the main verb in a sentence. This means that they do not provide the action of a sentence. Non-finite verbs usually auxiliary or modal verbs. Look at some more examples to identify the finite and non-finite verbs easily. My brother loves singing. Here loves is the finite verb and it agrees with the subject, my brother. And the tense of the verb is present tense. Singing is the non-finite verb here because unlike loves, it does not have a subject or so tense. When I change the subject to I, it will be same, like I love singing. One more example, my mother is busy cooking dinner. I'm sure you can easily identify now. The finite verb is and non-finite cooking. Note down, there are three types of non-finite verbs in English: gerund, participle and infinitive. Let's begin with gerund. It is the ing form of the verb that functions like a noun. Swimming, going, eating, reading, sleeping, and many more. See some examples. Her favorite activity is podcasting. Here finite verb is and the non-finite verb is podcasting. It does not have a subject. Also, it does not show any tense. Move on to some more examples. Raghunath quit smoking a year ago. Naira is obsessed with chatting. Here quit and is are finite verbs. Smoking and chatting are called gerunds because they do not change to match with the subject and they do not indicate any tense. If you want to learn more detail about gerund, must go and watch this video after the lesson. In this video, I have given complete information about what is a gerund and how can you identify the gerund easily in a sentence. And also, I have discussed all the uses of gerund. Okay, let's move on to the next type of non-finite verb, participle. Note down, a participle is that form of the verb which is partly a verb and partly an adjective. There are two types of participles in English. Present participle are used for continuous tenses, which is always ending in ing. And past participle are used for perfect tenses, typically ending in ed, en, n, t, ne. Here are some examples. He spent the whole day studying history. It was an inspiring movie. Manoj returned disappointed. They have been running. In these examples, the participles are studying, inspiring, disappointed, and running, the non-finite verbs. In the first three examples, the participles are used as adjectives, and in the last example, it is used as part of the continuous form of verb. On the other hand, spent, was, returned, and have are finite verbs because they show tense and can change to match with the subject. Okay, now third and the last type of non-finite verb, infinitive. Simply, infinitive is the base form of the verb. In English, there are two types of infinitives, zero or bare infinitive and 2 plus infinitive. He bought some chocolates to give to his daughter. I began to feel better on Sunday. I am teaching my students to read Hindi. Rohan might skip the event. Now I am sure you can easily find out the infinitives. To give, to feel, to read, and skip are infinitives. These do not change to match with the subject and do not form tense. Hence, these are called the non-finite verbs. Bought, began, am, might are called the finite verbs. If you want to learn every detail about infinitives, then this video is for you. I have discussed each and everything with examples. Okay, that's it for today. I really hope that this video has given you a better understanding of the two verbs, finite and non-finite. If you found this video useful, please make sure to subscribe and press the bell icon to get all the notifications of my latest videos. For more grammar lessons, visit my YouTube channel, click on the videos and learn all. Do take care, stay safe.